This is where we live. There's White Mountain. Come down the range. This is 14,264 feet there. You come on down. This is Chattahoochee Creek. That is Boundary Creek and Montgomery Peak up there, and Trail Canyon. The canyons go up there. The roads go up into the canyon. Now I'm going to walk down here, down our property. I just had this graded this morning, and I've been backpacking our property. There's where our house will be. This is that's Silver Peak, Nevada over there. Up there, where the kind of red-looking hills are, that's where Audie Murphy did that 7 Ways from Sundown. And in that area is also the petrified forest. Down that road is where I saw the Bigfoot, and also where the hot tub goes. That's Lower McNett way down there with the trees. That's the Silver Peak Range over there. That's 12,000 foot range. Ice House Canyon back in there, which is very remote. Now I'm going to go down here and walk down the road. Our place is Sagebrush, and it has 630 foot of creekfront property. This is a road we just had graded today. There are several places you can go down here that you can park trailers and things. We just had the road graded on that all day long, or this morning, and I just about got stuck here today. As you can see, I got to pack this down really well. It's a pretty sandy area. That goes down for about a quarter of a mile down there. And here we're going here, going down to the creek. The pine trees along the creek, and willow trees and birch trees. There's that real good white sage there. Coming down to the waterfalls at the edge of our property. And this is the creek down here. There's twin creeks, as you can see. There's willow trees, pine trees. This is a little landscaping in here on our property. There's some pretty large fish in here. I caught a 26 to 28 inch trout yesterday. I see some swimming in there right now, some pretty large trout. That's part of our creek. These are willows. That's birch trees. These are wild roses with rose hips on them. More pine trees all along here. This has all been landscaped. Here is where I've been preaching my sermons. That's my pulpit up there, the redwood trunk. And this is some cleanup I did around here. These are the rose hips. And this is one of the 5 bridges that go across our property. And there's my table that the first 20 years of its existence was in Fish Lake Valley. And I took it to Valley Acres and then to Old River, where I live. Now you can see down in here, and there's some pretty big fish in there. There's the house we tried to buy right there. I've been feeding these fish with and there's some more rose hips. This is pretty well manicured in here. This is all natural grass. There's another birch tree, willows, another bridge. Right here's where I caught that big fish yesterday. He's right in there. He was probably 5 to 8 pounds. These are more ponds. Ponds go up through there. These are little manicured things. I got to cut these willows out of there down here in front. And here's some of the little statues and different things down in here along the creek. This creek goes 630 feet. I have to cut it back out here. It has been grown over to some extent. Anyway, it has waterfalls pretty often. And this is only, and I saw a fish run down there. There's another one, another fish. Quite a few fish running in here. I'll have to feed them in a little bit. Anyway, there's another waterfall with more willows, and it gets pretty dense. This has to be taken out of here so we can walk along the creek again. And there's camping places down through here, all over. And these little cute statues here, all over. You can see the fish swimming and running up down the creek. This is crossing up the bridge here. And if you look up in the trees, you'll see little statues. There's a little frog over there in that tree there. Down at the bottom, that's the guy that did that. Anyway, this is right on his edge of the property, looking back toward our edge of the property. I'm standing on his property now, looking back toward our property. That's what it looks like on our side of the creek. Like I said, there's 5 bridges. I've done a lot of cleanup here already. There's some beautiful, beautiful flowers. There's some very rare purple flowers there, wildflowers. I'll walk up this creek here, the side of the creek. And this is the road that goes down. It's the wood pile for firewood and stuff. They're having a party next door over there tonight for somebody's birthday or something. Anyway, this goes down here. You can see this is a creek all the way down here. We graded this road today. I drove down it one time. There's about 800 yards of road there. The clouds are coming in this evening. It'll start thundering or lightning up in the White Mountains, probably. This is Indian tea here. That's Indian tea. There's more Indian tea. The rose hips are really good for tea, and the Indian tea is also. I'll show you up here again. There's little lights that are landscaped in here. I just got to clean. I've got to get a brush hog or something. Anyway, there's the creek where you should be able to walk. If we cut these things back out, the wild rose hips are all over the place. You're walking down the edge of the creek. This part of this will be taken out. These are willows. And there's the white sage there, which smells so good. And this is part of the creek here. This is a road going down here to the camps places. There's places you can walk here. Like I said, these tumbleweeds and things have to be cleaned back out. This is a whole path here, but I need to clean it up. There's a jumping cactus, which I'm going to devoid on this property and burn them up, because I do not want them here. They are nothing but trouble. This is more of the creek down here. All along there, the fish, there's a lot of big fish in there, in that creek. Here's more Indian tea, also, all along the creek here. Looking back toward our property and the motorhome up there, where it's just on the inside of the property. We dug 2 test holes for a septic system there. Now we're coming here. There's the mountains up there, and then the clouds are forming. These are birch trees and willow trees all along, and an occasional pine tree that had been planted by the former owner. And here we have the other road coming in off the main road that circles in, which was part of the old road that I used to drive up when I was young, when you still had access to the creek. The creek is all private property. Back then it was open. It was actually private property, but nothing was fenced. My place is fenced all the way. There's it fenced all the way there. Goes all the way around. There's 8 acres here, 8.1 acres actually. And we went down in here with a backhoe today and smoothed all this out and tried to break down some of this willows and stuff that had grown in here. And here we have the creek. Need to get a lawnmower and mow along here. and make it looks just like manicured sod. There's another one of the bridges there. I got to clean it up where you can walk across it real good. You see another more waterfalls all along. A little hawk that sits over there, and a blue heron that comes here and tries to get my fish. Anyway, this is going down toward the end of the property. We started today, and this is a camp spot right here. To bring a trailer down here, they had this camp spot. It needs to be watered down and packed down. I packed the other part of it up there, about 880 yards or more. And this is a creek continually, all down through here. Continues to go. Beautiful creek. I fished in this many, many, many years ago. You see the one waterfall after another coming down here. Some of these beautiful wildflowers. There's some more of the purple wildflowers over there. Another birch tree and willows all over, red willows. And here we have wild roses with rose tips on them. Some of these will have to be removed also. That road actually comes all the way down through here, and the trail went all the way down here. You can see there's the deal with more wild roses and wildflowers and those purple flowers. These wild roses have lots of thorns on them. Here's another bridge. I did clean this bridge up where you could walk across it. And there it's down beyond that bend is the edge of our property. So now you watched all 630 feet of our property. It needs a little cleanup, but it'll be very beautiful in the end. Even without the cleanup, it's beautiful. This is my fence. And I see a lizard doing his push-ups on top of my fence post. There he is, doing push-ups. There's a cabin over there. Where's my lizard? Where did the lizard go? Who knows? Anyway, he took off. There's a cabin on the creek. And here are more wild roses in the creek as it goes. And then here we wanted to build a house here, but it would cost too much money for electricity, because we could put it right on this hill right here, where you only have a few feet to walk down to the creek. As you can see, it's only maybe 75 feet or less from the creek to this property where I've started to make stairs. As you can see, I did this with a shovel. So Marilyn could come up and down. There's one of my railroad ties. This goes here. This is the road that I've been packing. When I came here just a few days ago, you can only come on this road on four-wheel drive. Now, you can drive two-wheel drive all the way around it. I'm going to go down here and record this piece of property here. How far it goes. This is the edge of property here. There's another friend's house over there named Tom. He built that house himself. That's another beautiful home there that Clay built. And as we go down here, you'll be able to see from one end of it to the other. You can see we graded the road today, and I've driven about 30 miles packing it down today. But now you can drive on it with a two-wheel drive. Before, it was a pretty spooky four-wheel drive, because you get stuck here any place. There's our property line over there. As you can see the big post. It goes down into a ravine. And there's more Indian tea down there that I ran over, and purple sage, which I'm allergic to. This is the old road up Shadowbeach Creek right here. This is the old road. It goes right through my property. That's where it went. I drove up and down this road. I've killed deer in here, many, many deer. on this property when I was a tribal hunter up here. I've seen deer run all over this because the people live here now. There aren't quite as many deer in this country. There's the corner of my property, and it goes all the way beyond that telephone pole down there. It goes about 50 yards beyond the telephone pole, the first telephone pole. So that's probably at least a quarter of a mile of property there, which will be as long as our property is from Gosford Road to where it ends there with our telephone pole in Old River. More tea, wild tea, and quartz. And I got this road pretty well packed down. If we have rain, which we might get some rain, as you can see in the clouds, that's Boundary Montgomery Peak looking up there. This is where we wanted to build a house right there. If I had about $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 more, I'd do it. Because that's what it'd take to bring in the electricity from where the motorhome is there. There's where Charlie and Teresa live, up there in the flat top house, which is there's the ravine running at the edge of the mountains here. That's the whole White Mountain Range. Down there is the south end of Fish Lake Valley where I was raised at the Snow Goose Ranch. About 35 miles from here. And there is Combined Metals over there. Again, that's the road to Silver Peak, Nevada. And that goes out to Highway 6 at that end of the valley. Mustang Mountain over there. Back. And when you get up there, the old days, the skies were so clear. We got smoke up here today because they got fires all over the place. But you could see all the way to the state of Utah from here, all the way across Nevada. And that is the western edge of the state of Nevada, right up there, that Boundary Peak. That's why they call it Boundary Peak. That's the boundary of Nevada and California. And most of these mountains over there are in California. But right here, up quite far, is Nevada. There's Davis Canyon over there, Middle Canyon. And we have the Upper Magnet that comes down out of the canyon up there. I think it's McAfee Creek. And you can just barely see beyond that red roofed house. There is Upper Magnet, which the Williams family owns now. I saw that place when it was a farm in action 50, 60 years ago. Beautiful place with a spring kitchen out there and all screened in to keep deer meat and things hanging. It was about 42 degrees here last night. So anyway, we're walking the edge of the property. This is it. There's the stakes for the house and for the septic system. That one there had some rocks in the ground. I hope when we drill our well, we'll probably drill our well right up here someplace, up high, so if I have a flood, it won't get in the well. But it'll still be soft water because this water's like rainwater here. It's real soft. You don't have to have water softener here at all. We're getting back to the little gate, number 14, Mountain Creek Road. Coming up to the motorhome. About 5, 10 or 12 here now. We have a lot of bunch grass, which is rice grass, which has you can harvest that rice and eat it like cereal. And somebody on a quad coming down through here. This is our gate. Right here is our gate. There's our neighbor over there, Tom. And here is a gate here with a little solar light on it. Number 14. Mountain Creek Road. And that's what it looks like from the edge of it right here. And that's it.